What's going on YouTube? This is Dandy TCG back with another video. Today guys, I'm bringing you my Rokket Deck Profile for the updated October 2019 ban list. Been waiting for this because I'm trying to get this card right here, Striker Dragon. Been waiting to get him because he's what's going to help make this deck kind of be almost rogue, but not really rogue. If you understand what I'm saying, it's a good deck, but it's good for local use, and just there's ways to make it way more competitive, but I'm still trying to tweak that and find a way to make it that competitive. But so far this is the list I've came up with, and there are going to be some edits to this because I don't have the cards I need to finish it, so I will explain what those edits are and what you can put in instead of what I have in this deck. So to start off, we will be going with the monsters. We got 3 Rokket Tracer. Rokket Tracer is your main monster of the deck. He is your consistency because what he does is a quick effect, so you can do this either turn. You can target one face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon one Rokket monster from your deck. And you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn except dark monsters. But that's why you will tag off with multiple other monsters to just go into quick link summons. You can go ahead and tag him off into what I usually tag him off into is Magna Rokket Dragon. We play 3 of them. Magna Rokket is out there because he can easily go into your Link 1 Striker Dragon. Basically any card in this deck can. But when a Link Monster effect is activated, it targets this face-up card on the field. Quick effect. So again, either person's turn. You can destroy this card and summon one monster on the field to the graveyard. Keynote there, send. Doesn't destroy, and it doesn't target because it doesn't say target a card. So really good card to have, really good effect. So I always run that at 3 just for opponent monster removal. Because I'm pretty sure he gets around Dingirsu against Orcus. So, and I pair him off with the 3 Auto Rokket Dragon. Auto Rokket Dragon is your monster form of back row removal. Because same effect as Magna Rokket Dragon, when he is targeted by a Link Monster's effect, he can pop himself and send a spell trap card to the grave. So, and then at the end of the turn, with almost every Rokket monster you play, besides Rokket Tracer and Rokket Synchron, you get to grab out another Rokket monster from your deck. So, and you special summon him. So, good cards to have. And Magna Rokket Dragon is 1800 beat stick, so good way to go. And the main thing you do with Rokket Tracer, what I mainly do is I go into either him, I go to one of these 2, and then I'll link off into something and just go off when I plays. But other Rokket monsters we play 3 Silver Rokket Dragon. I'm thinking about cutting this guy down to 2. He's good because he allows you to, his effect is just like Auto Rokket and Magna Rokket. He lets you banish a card from your opponent's extra deck. So right then and there, if you're going into a tournament, you don't know what you're playing against, you could summon out Booster Dragon, target him, and you immediately go through the extra deck. And this is good against Orcus because you can go ahead and thin down their Orcus combo, then down to Dingirsu, then down to Galatea, all that kind of stuff. So I like that. I like him, but I don't know. I barely go into him as much as I do like Magna Rokket. So, and he's good because he's a 1900 beater too. So, but other than that, we play 2 Rokket Synchron. Rokket Synchron is your main like tuner monster in the deck besides Rokket Tracer, because Rokket Synchron allows you to grab when he's normal summon, you get to target a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it in defense position. So you can grab him and summon out like Absolouter, Darkness Metal Dragon, those kind of cards, and you can just go off with your plays with him. So I like him. I keep him at 2. I think he's good at 2. I don't think I'll cut him down to 1 or anything, but he's good at 2, no higher. So, and for the last Rokket Tentacle monster, we play the 1 Metal Rokket, and what he does is whenever he's targeted by a Link Monster's effect, he destroys all of your opponent's cards in the same column this card is in. So that's it for those. For the main Rokket monsters. Other than that, we play the 2 Absolouter. I only play him at 2 because you don't really want to draw into him at Brick, because if you draw into him and no other rocket monsters, you can't really do anything with him, because if you control a rocket monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. It's the main place you want to special summon him, but you usually use him with your Rocket Synchron to go into your level 8 Synchro plays. And then for the last monster, we play Darkon Dragon. He's going to get dropped for Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, because that's why I talked about him with Rocket Synchron. I like this card. I'm glad it came back to 3, but it's not really good at 3. But with this deck, with all your monsters being dark and the way they spam the graveyard, he is not good in this deck. So he's just in there as a placeholder right now for Red Eyes Darkness Metal. So, but that's it for the monsters. I don't know the exact count. But on to spells, we play 3 Quick Launch. Quick Launch lets you special summon a rocket monster from your deck, but you destroy it during the end phase, which is good, because like I said, all your rocket monsters resolve on getting destroyed, and during the end phase you get to special summon another rocket monster from your deck. So really good card. Helps you if you're in like a tight spot and you just like top deck into it, nothing else. So allows you to get some plays going. Good card, in my opinion. Then you play 3 Squid Draw. The Squid Draw is your pot of greed of the deck. To destroy 1 rocket monster you control and draw 2 cards. So simple as that. Good card. Lets you get through your deck really quick. Then you play the 1 Boot Sector Launch. Thinking about cutting this up to 2, and that's why I'm going to drop Silver Rocket down to 2 probably. But I'm thinking about putting this up to 2 just because it's actually a decent card. All your rocket monsters gain 300 attack and defense, and then you can activate one of these effects. Special summon up to 2 rocket monsters with different names from your hand in defense position, which is really good for link plays. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon rocket monsters with different names from your graveyard in defense position up to the difference. You can only use this effect of Boot Sector Launch once per turn. So decent. It's a decent card, it really is. But I don't know. I'm really going back and forth between putting it up to 2 or just keeping it at 1. But other than that, we play the 2 Bulwark Generator. This is your can't remember what the card is, but it's your it's basically your Call of the Haunted of the deck. You just activate it, target 1 rocket monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but you banish it when this card leaves the field. So if your opponent was to destroy this and not your rocket monster, that card will get banished, so you wouldn't get its effect. But if you go ahead and use, like, say your rocket monster or something, or you use like your rocket chaser to pop whatever rocket monster you bring out, you will get the effect off of your rocket monster, plus the effect of when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. So, well, when the monster that this is equipped to is destroyed, you draw a card. So, another way to get through your deck. So, 2 Rapid Trigger. Rapid Triggers for your Borreload Furious Dragon. It's just there because it's a quick play polymerization. Probably going to cut this down to 1 and just put in another Super Poly, because right now I only play the 1. Really, really broken card. Really, honestly, probably going to bump this up to 3 even, because it's just a super good card, especially in this deck. Play 1 Dark Hole for board clearing, mainly because all your cards, all your rockets depend on being destroyed at the end and on the end turn, so you get to use their effects. Then for back row, we play 3 Twin Twisters. Twin Twister is just good because you don't want to deal with your opponent's back row. Everybody knows what it does. But that's it for the spells. For traps, we play 2 Red Reboot. Red Reboot's just there for counters. Mirror Force for battle traps. I don't know. A lot of people don't really play battle traps anymore. Oh, let us focus, please. I guess it's just not going to focus anymore. But Mirror Force is just good. I've always liked the card. And I just see not a lot of people play battle traps. So, and then play 2 Solemn Strike. Now it's going to focus. Solemn Strike just for negations and just whatever. You guys know what they do. So that's it for the main deck. I think it's 40, might be 41. Don't really know the exact count. But onto the extra deck. I play 1 Striker Dragon right now because I'm going to test and see how well he does. But right now I'm only liking him at 1. Because when he's links something, you get to add 1 Boot Sector Launch from your deck to your hand, which is good. But then you can target 1 face-up monster you control with rocket monster in the graveyard, destroy that monster on the field, and if you do, add that other monster from the graveyard to your hand. So really good with getting off your rocket effects and then just replenishing. You're basically just recycling your rockets back to your deck, back to your hand. So it's really good to have. So other than that, we play one Borreload because Borreload is he's one of the main boss monsters of the deck just because of his effect and his attack power. And he's actually super easy to make considering he's only a link. Considering he's just a link 4, super easy to make. Play one Booster Dragon, just because mainly Booster Dragon is in here because he's able to target your rocket monsters like Magna Rocket, Auto Rocket, and Silver Rocket. He's in here to target them with his effect to help like pop them off and use their effects. So really good card to have. Play one Overburst Dragon. He's just there to help get your monsters, your rocket monsters, back from the grave because what he's able to do is you can target one other link monster you control, especially one rocket monster from your hand into a zone that target points to. So say like you have him out on the field and you have Borreload Dragon up here. You go Borreload, make Overburst, use Overburst's effect. Couldn't say that name. Use his effect, target Borreload, and you'll grab like, I don't know, Auto Rocket. Grab him out, bring him out, and then just go off with your plays from there. So really good card to have in the deck. Glad that we got all this support for the deck. So, but that's it for the main rocket cards, like Boral cards that we play for the main deck. I mean extra deck besides Triple Burst, which I have one coming, and then Boral Sword. I do want to have that card and Borreload Savage. So play the 3. The Nightmare Trinity right now. Wish I could have played this deck when Mermaid was a thing, but you know, you can only do what you got. But yeah, you just play these guys to help further your plays and help just disrupt your opponent's boards, kind of thing. So one Decode Talker, he's going to be swapped out with Boral Sword when I get him. So he's just there as a placeholder. Same with this one, Stardust. He's just a placeholder for Red Dragon, Scarlight Dragon Archfiend. So, because you want him in here instead of him, because most of your cards can only make when their effects activate, you can only really make darks. So, that's your only synchro you really play besides Savage. So, because right now my extra deck's 14, so that's extra space for a Savage when I get him. But for XEs, I play one Castel and one Abyss Dweller. Castel's in there just to bounce cards, and Abyss Dweller's just to stop effects. And then for fusions, we play the Borreload Furious Dragon, because he's able to help recycle your link monsters from your grave. And then he's a 3000 beater, like really good. And again, he's a super poly target because he's just 2 dark dragons. So super poly targets. That's why I'm thinking about busting that up to 3. And for the last card, we play the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon because, you know, super poly target. But yeah, extra deck, I would add in Borreload Savage and a Boral Sword. But other than that, this is what I'm going to run with besides having he's going to be swapped out for Scarlight. So yeah, that's the deck, guys. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. See ya.